Hi, if you are watching this, it's me, Josh, and I'm coding some things. It's a real hoot. Um, I'm posting and tweeting everything out, but what we're doing is part 2 of a little app that I'm building. So I hope you'll join me on this adventure. Okay, so what I have right here is a thing that I built in about an hour, a little more than that. And it shows some stats from this thing called the CrossFit Open, which, again, looks like this on the official website, but they have an API that you can hook into unofficially and pull in some stats of your own. And I'm doing this just for fun, to make it a little bit easier to view single person statistics. For example, here you see what this person did and how they did and how amazing they are, but you don't know what the workout was to begin with, and that's inconvenient. So I'm gonna make a page that shows all this stuff next to the workouts and have some fun with it. Here's what it looks like now. Super great, I know. We have a little profile pic. This is not actually me. I know it looks exactly like me. And we have some a list of scores for each part of this year's workout. So 2018 is the year, 18.1 is the first workout, and this is my score for it. Here's a picture of a woman doing it. This is also not me. RX means that I did it as prescribed instead of scaled, and then this is the details of how I did in this workout. So 7 rounds plus 1 equals 225 reps. There's also a summary of this specific type of workout that I did. So I'm in the men's division, and I did it RX instead of scaled. So this is what it prescribes, and then any notes about the workout, which I don't know if we actually need this in this view, but it's kind of fun to have. Okay, here I go. This goes on for each of these workouts. In the last little video I did, it's just on the YouTube, 18.2, there are two types of it. Two parts of 18.2, 18.2 and 18.2a. Unfortunately, the listing for the workout is the same exact thing. And I think the instructions are pretty much the same. The score, let's see, 10:06 and 205 pounds. So the score is different, but I think prescription is the same. It's just kind of like the second part of the workout. Let's see if we can do some sort of consolidation for the design, but everything else, see, this is an example of a scaled workout. Everything else can have its own little thing. My goal in the next hour is to make this look not atrocious. We'll see how we actually do. And get going. Okay, we have, right now our layout is as follows. This is a single score, and we have the workout label and the score display, the image, whether it's scaled, the breakdown of my score, and then rank, how I did. And then some more details about the workout, so the steps of how to complete the workout and the summary. So I think if we had to batch these two things together, this would maybe be its own component because it's about the specific workout and this is about the specific score. So I wonder if we should create a separate workout component with the workout passed as a property and maybe the label. Let's do it. Cool. Let's just create a new component. Let's call it workout. Maybe we'll come up with a better thing eventually. And from here, we're gonna just return all this stuff. And right now we're missing references to these two variables, workout and workout label, so let's make sure that they're passed in as properties. Finally, let's swap everything out for the new workout component. Workout, we're going to pass as a property, and then workout label, same thing. Wonderful. If we open up our view, it should look pretty much the same, except the picture is moved down closer to the workout. All right, this is where I am really awfully terrible at creating these things, but coming up with designs is not my strong suit. So I'm going to, I don't know, feel like a dark design would be cool because it's intimidating. But if you look at the official website, it's very light colored, and then they've got this blue going on. I don't necessarily have to adhere to that. I do like an all caps, like readable font. This website is using the Open Sans font family, which I like for numbers and capital letters. So I might try something like that. I think we're going to have some here. I don't know how I'm picturing it is the person's name up at the top, make the year really distinguishable. I'm also going to have like a picker for next year, previous year with arrows on the other side. So I don't think those will necessarily be next to each other. So maybe you could do name and then the picture, maybe a circle around it, cropped to a circle. And then the scores will be like individual boxes, and they'll be split in half. Like on the left side, I'm thinking a picture of the workout and the description of it below, and then the right side in the heading, maybe the heading of the whole box, the rectangle is the person's score, and obviously like the name of the workout, 18.1. And then below that you can put in the details of how they did, RX details, and then their rank as well. Rank I feel like is less interesting to most people, except for like the top maybe 50, because I'm 136,000th place, which is not super something to brag about. Okay. To start, I wonder if we can create like a global style sheet. If that would make sense, or create a wrapper layout component. Maybe that would make more sense, because if I use a global style sheet, then I have to assign class names to everything. But in React, and specifically Next.js, they use this thing called CSS, or I think it's, what is it, JSX? Inline styles. Style to JSX is what ships out of the box. It looks really stupid. But you can define global styles, and it's literally a separate component for style tags within a certain component. So that way you don't have to worry about like assigning specific styles to specific things, but you can scope them to a component, which is nice. So what if we just do a global layout component? Gosh, this is gonna be weird. First I'm gonna commit this and create, I'm going to turn on this thing too. So when I hit save, my stuff will not look bad. Okay, I'm going to create a new component called layout. I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe return this, and it's going to have for sure a wrapper, because that's required. Then also a style tag. How does that look? Oh, that's weird. And it's just a object with backticks, and then you write normal CSS. So I can do like an H1 and say H1s are colored yellow. This is not being used at all, so let's go to like our athlete page and import it. And then use it. And we're going to pass the innards of everything that I want inside the layout. It's probably not going to render right now, but let's see if this works. Okay, so I have a yellow hello, which is excellent. We have what we want. Okay, cool. So now what? How do we make the insides show up? I don't know much about React, if you can't tell, but we have, I feel like something like children has to happen. Does it come in second there? I'm gonna get so many errors. Wonder if it's a default property. That didn't error out. Hey, wow, that actually worked. Cool. So any H1 I have should be yellow now, right? Oh, if I do a global, then it should be. Awesome. Okay. So now we can do whatever the hell we want. I'm gonna put a class name of wrapper on this baby. Let's have some fun. We'll do wrapper. Max width is like 1,000. Let's do like 800 pixels. Margin 0 auto. This is your standard center things. I'm always going to want images and iframes to be max width of 100% and height auto, because that will make them responsive. Why didn't that work? Let's see. Hit save again and refresh again. Still didn't work. So wrapper is obviously working. Each one was working before, and it was right in there. Wonder if it's too far down? That doesn't seem likely. Does it matter if I don't chain it with a comma? No. I don't know. Let's read about styled JSX and figure out why this wouldn't work. It should work. What about this guy? I do have an error outside my favicon. know, man. It's a mystery. Because the image we're targeting is inside the score, or is inside workout, right? And we have image, and it's inside this stateless component, functional component. Well, the best form of programming some styles are missing in production. So if I put one of these style tags directly in here, it's probably going to yell at me if I do this. And I say image max width 100%. It's going to say I can't have things being in a adjacency. Doesn't matter. Isn't there like a thing called fragment? Maybe I saw something in some code one time do this. Nope. Oh, that fixed it. So in that case it worked, but I have it assigned directly in there, which we don't want to have to do next to every single image, right? So how can I get this to actually work as I need it to? Oh, global is gone again. What happened? Duh. Okay. Huh. Never mind. All right, cool. So my images are responsive. Yay. This would be another good time to like reset default padding and stuff that lives in browsers by default, which is super fun to deal with, but we can cancel some of that out. Usually do something like body, HTML, margin 0, padding 0, and then there are these this thing, what is it? The box model. Box sizing, and we want it to be content box, right? I don't know. What's another website and how do they do it? Box sizing is border box. Okay. But we also want it to apply to all elements, so I feel like we should do at the top, and then make everything else inherit. Shouldn't look too much different, except we don't have any padding on the sides. So let's add some padding to our wrapper to make it a little bit nicer. Sweet. Looking good. Let's do some more stuff. What do we want to do? I'm going to pop this at the end. Let's find a font. This is fun, right? Let's see. Roboto is pretty sweet. Open Sans is what they're using on the other site. Lotto is fun too. I don't know why this is so prominent. Seems kind of weird. Montserrat. Oh, so many good things. I once heard that you're supposed to check out Popular because this is what people honestly just use for their websites and they don't need to do anything too much more fancy. I like Roboto and also like Open Sans. Oswald is a good display type, but I don't think that's really what we want. What we could try to do is something like 18.1, 223 reps, S for scaled, and then see what that looks like. I don't really like Roboto for this. Source Sans is kind of neat. It's might go with that. What does some basic text look like? Whoops. Let's go Source Sans. What's the worst that could happen? Make sure we have everything that we want. There's some stuff happening with boldness and italics. It's going to add a little bit to our load time, but I don't care that much. Let's add import it, I guess. I don't know, does this work inside styled JSX? And then if we apply it to font family open, what is it? Source Sans Pro Sans Serif. Hey, cool. Oh, that's that'll work for me for now. I also like to bump up the line height a little bit. So things are a little bit more readable, especially when they're multiple lines in a row. Okay. What now? Let's so another thing, we have this fun little search, which we should wrap this around, and eventually I'm going to have this search component live maybe at the top of the athlete component as well, so you can quickly navigate between different athletes. So it could probably go like right up above the name if the name is in the middle. How does a single person's profile look? Very fancy. Wow. I'm not going to do that. You certainly could. Well, so the year is going to be part of the UI to move between things. I think it'd be cool to put the date in one section and then on the same line the UI to search. Maybe float them left and right. And then could stack them on mobile maybe. That would be cool. And then the name and profile live underneath that, also on the same line. And then scores is probably needless to point out, so that heading can go. But everything else can just stack after that, and then the workout and scores will be side by side. So let's, gosh, where do we start? Start by putting the year and the find athlete component next to each other up top. Let's close everything and then open up athlete. Up top, instead of this, we're going to have the year and the component called find athlete. They will be stacked on the same line, and very cool. Did you want the JS fragment? Probably. Oh. Cool. So let's put, gosh, do we give this a class name and then define some styles below? That's probably best. So let's do class name, nav bar. And let's do style JSX, and then brackets, and then backticks. Nav bar, we have display flex, and then space between, what is it? Flex, justify. What I don't like about styled JSX is that you don't have hints from the browser, which is unfortunate. I don't know if there's maybe an extension that I should install. I already have it installed. Maybe I need to install the language server too. It only has 2.5 stars. Let's try it. We can always uninstall it. I'm gonna have to restart all my servers. Hey, there we go. Flex. What is it? Flex basis. I still don't have all the hints that I need. Flex. I think it's justify content. Space between. There we go. And let's restart everything. We'll do yarn dev to start up the next server, and then yarn proxy to start up the proxy server. Okay. All right, so they're split in between each other. This date thing is probably going to be its own component eventually, but for now, let's put it inside its own div, and we'll do a and LT and GT for less than and greater than signs. It's going to look something like that. Beautiful. Now what? We wanted the image and the profile picture to be next to one another. These things might become subcomponents too eventually, but for now, let's just write them as we would normal HTML. So let's put user profile, what do we want to say? User name, user header, user header. Perfect. And add some styles for that. We'll try Flexbox again, but problem with that is I think images inside Flexbox do not have fun. And I want this little image guy to be a max width of, let's say, 100 pixels. Height obviously should be auto, but that's not going to happen. Height 100 pixels. And then we're going to make that even smaller to like 70 pixels. And add a border radius of 100%. Yay. And let's align our content to the center. Maybe it's justify content. Nope. Well, we want it to be centered anyway, so let's do that. Align items to the center. Perfect, and then let's add some margin to this image. Actually, let's add padding to, let's add the margin to the thing that isn't affected by border radius, just in case it's weird. User header, H1. Margin left, a rem of margin. Beautiful. I'm such a designer, let me tell you. Wow. Okay. So we have the top part, and we are now going to work on, let's split out scores versus workout. Let's commit. And then keep going. So in each score, we have a workout and a score. Let's split this up a little bit. We'll do div class name equals score. That's pretty straightforward, right? And then inside there, we're going to have a workout as well. And this is going to be interesting. How do we style a workout? Add a nested div. Let's add a class to this as well, called score box. And then what we can do, we'll return a fragment here. Style score box is going to be display flex, and score is going to be, whoops, I can't do SAS, flex basis 50%. Does that make sense? Kind of. And I was thinking the workout would be on the left side. Can we just add a class name on this? This probably isn't going to work. So we probably need to add a wrapper div. I don't know if you know React, let me know. It should tell me how to do this. Cool. We can add a little bit of padding to our score box. Oops. And overall, our headings have margin top and margin bottom because that is the default style, but I would like to get rid of that, at least for H2s and H3s. So let's go back to our layout and define that as a global style. Perfect. And then I said I was going to get rid of the score inside athlete. And instead have this as like the heading for each of the boxes. Let's do like heading and this is essentially what's going to be in the heading. Let's wrap both of these in spans. Beautiful. Heading is going to be flex basis 100%. We need to tell Flexbox that it's okay to wrap things around. So flex flow is going to be column wrap. And no, row wrap. And can I do heading is flex basis 100%? Yes. It's also going to be a display flex of its own, and it's going to have space between each item. I also want those things to be large and in charge. Let's make text transform to be uppercase, and then also font weight bold, obviously, and then let's make the font size like 3M. Too big. 2M's probably okay for now. Right now I was thinking maybe like score would be even more condensed. What if we just made our entire layout less wide? So maybe like 600 pixels wide. That's getting there. I don't know. How does this feel so far? I don't know. We need more space between each workout, so or between each score. And is that a score style or is that an athlete style? Because we could just wrap this in a score. This probably needs the key. And then when we do this, we can say score margin bottom is 1 rem. Prop class name did not match. Server score, client, JSX, blah, 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 blah. There we go. So now there's a little bit of space between each workout. Some cool stuff. Maybe we can add it right now. So what I don't like is that it's really out of balance. I think this font could go down because it's less important. I like the picture kind of sticking out because you know at a glance, oh, this is what that workout was. This is important. This is important, so they're big. I think that's good. This is does not feel as important, and it is really quite important because you need to know whether you scaled and what your actual kind of summary was, and then your rank. So I don't know. How do we go about this, y'all? Let's see. Be cool to list. So yeah, to balance it out, what I was going to say is that you can have the affiliate that they did it at and the judge, just as kind of like extra little details. And you could also list the affiliate, like the athlete's hometown affiliate, like under their name. That would be kind of fun. But that doesn't feel super important. Maybe, I don't know. Wish I were a designer. I'd know what to do in this case. Maybe notes could live alongside the workout description. The workout description seems to be fairly common. And then the notes could float on the right side, and then it's like an even square. My engineer brain wants to just make everything geometrically happy. So I feel like what we could start out by doing, why is there like padding here? Where's the paragraphs? Paragraphs don't need top padding. Let's change that. Whoops. There's an empty H3. What's the H3 doing there? Okay. And then we need to figure out some sort of indicator for RX or scaled. The interesting thing is that when it is scaled, it's going to have a -s after the score. So we can't really stick it up there like an RX or a scaled because it'll kind of be repetitive. I would like to start by doing, let's try text align right on our data there for our own score, and then change position of scaled and the actual score breakdown. Feel like the rank could be next to the breakdown. This needs to be treated so it has commas, and also what is that called at the end of a word when it's ordinal indicator. That's fun. But there is a JavaScript autocomplete. Someone's figured this out already. And then also, how do you JavaScript format with commas, number with commas? Yeah. I guess, I can just do some copy paste stuff, which is fine with me, I guess. Number with commas, and we're also going to do function ordinal, number with ordinal, and that's going to be this little baby. Whoops. Sweet. We'll wrap that with both of those functions. Number with commas, number with ordinal. Oh, that has to come after. Actually, no, can't. Shit. Because then it'll change it to be a string. Let's do a function number with comma and ordinals. That's a really long, gross function name. Let's just do formatted number. And it'll be a D. And we'll do const number. Const ordinal equals number with ordinal. And then we'll return number with commas plus ordinal. So that way we just have to call one function, formatted number. Beautiful. I don't know. Why do you need that? Okay. How would you make this better? Stop using Google. I know, Chronazizi. I should have had this all memorized. Does anyone have design advice for this? I hope you're happy this is what you tuned into to watch me think on camera. This is not great. I also don't like this that this notes thing is always in H2 because that's what comes from the API. I don't think we even need that. Let's get rid of it. That's inside of our workout component. Nope. We want to get rid of the workout summary. It's already better a little bit. What if we bumped inside our score this also down on a new line break? And then made that text a little bit bigger. So inside score we'll do font size 1.3 em. And then let's pop in that affiliate and judge stuff that I had talked about before. So workout, this would be inside athletes, which will eventually come from the API, but you have affiliate and then judge. So inside score, let's give this a class name of breakdown. And let's specifically add the font size to score breakdown because our judge and affiliate stuff can remain like a normal font size. But under here, we will do P judged by score.judge at score.affiliate. And let's make those fun little bold tags. Do I use Angular? It's a question from the YouTube. No, I don't. I haven't in a long time. I used Angular JS way back 5 years ago or so for some fun projects, but I haven't tried any of the new Angular stuff. But I like it because it's Got TypeScript, and I think that's cool. This will be on GitHub. In fact, maybe I should push it up right now. This is really gross looking. And this, I don't like. It wraps pretty much every time. Wonder if it would be better if I did a line break as well. There. Yeah, it's fine. What in the hell is going on? 3 thrusters, 3 pull-ups, 6 thrusters, 6 pull-ups, 9 thrusters, 9 pull-ups. Maybe these should each be different paragraphs, and we just control the margin in between. You know, what would be really cool is to have some sort of iconography next to the rankings and the scaled. Maybe if it's RX, it's a. Maybe I should put, yeah, maybe like a medallion to the left if it's the rank, and then RX is like, there's a barbell. I wonder if there's some cool icons I can borrow, / steal. And then this is just a kind of a Wild West here, and it varies based on the workout. I'm also thinking like to have the score live in some sort of box. One of my bad habits is to wrap everything in a container with layering, excuse me, layering colors, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense from a design perspective, and it's better to keep things simple. There's this cool thing called refactoring UI. They do some cool things about design tips and stuff. Use fewer borders is one of them. Think outside the database, so like stop listing tabular data when it can be, you know, inline or represented using icons. And then they have screencasts too, but maybe I don't know, we could just start by making font a little bit smaller on the left side. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Let's go to the workout component, and let's give this a class name of workout details. We don't need this to be in a fragment anymore. Actually, yeah, we do. This is going to be font size of like 0.9em or 0.8. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. I don't know, what's the point, you know? We also need to consider like what this looks like on mobile, so maybe let's add a breakpoint of min width of like 500 pixels. We can do flex, flow, row wrap, and then also this is when the score will be, score and workout will be the flex spaces of 50. Let's stick this at the end. That's broken. Flex flow column, no wrap. And we don't want it to be text align right until it is, and padding left, in fact, until it is floated. So we'll move that into the breakpoint. Beautiful. I think I still need more space between each workout, for now at least. So let's put between each score, actually. Margin bottom, let's go up, bump it up to 2. Okay, I feel like this is a good stopping point for now. I need to figure out, we're going to style and build out this component. We're going to style this a little bit more. And then, I don't know, maybe try a dark theme instead of a light theme. We'll see. And then we also need to style like what this page looks like when you start, because right now it's just a dumb landing page. I'm thinking it'll be centered and it'll just say search for an athlete, and maybe it'll be right in the dead center. That'd be kind of neat. And then when you go to this page, it is up at the top. Okay, I'm gonna put this on GitHub. Oh, I'm seeing Facebook comments. I need to set up a Twitch account. Jan? Yeah, I have one, but I'm too afraid to stream there. Thank you for the tip, Rob. That's good. I could probably, yeah, do this faster if I were just changing the styles directly in browser, but I also like having stuff saved, and I hate automatically overwriting it on accident, or accidentally overwriting it. So, okay. Let's just go to GitHub now. Also, this is deploying automatically as soon as we push this. So I'll send you a link to how it looks on the internet, which is pretty fun. I wonder if this alias is off free. Can I alias it? Oh shoot, we should. Rob, yeah, I don't have Prettier installed in this repo, but I have my VS Code auto formatting, which I think uses Prettier, but I love Prettier. It's amazing for formatting stuff, so you don't even have to think about it. So this should be getting deployed now. To this link. Hey, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna go have dinner now. But it was lovely coding with all of you people, all 4 of you. Have a great night.